And here you can see there's the tornado warning moving through Elba, still showing areas of rotation. Okay, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground. Again, confirmed tornado on the ground now, southwest of the Uwalla area, southwest of Foyle. So if you live, whenever we see this purple, that means there's a tornado on the ground. Okay, so tornado on the ground right now near Elba, moving towards Uwalla, towards Foyle and Bushy Head. A tornado is heading your direction, just on the south side of Oologah Lake. Here's Uwalla. Here's Edgewater Acres. Again, tornado on the ground, moving towards Foyle, moving towards Bushy Head, and towards Hizzle. And this is the area, probably a tornado right here, southwest of Uwalla, south of Edgewater Acres. Area of rotation, confirmed tornado right now, tracking to the northeast. And again, tornado warning for Rogers and Mayes County. We also still have the damaging winds further toward the south towards Choteau, and that's where meteorologist Michael Sager is. So we've got two major concerns: tornado on the ground southeast of Oologah, and then damaging winds near Choteau, moving towards the Choteau area. And you can see that's where the brighter reds are. That's where meteorologist Michael Sager is. So, Michael, just to your north, we got a tornado, and then we're dealing with the damaging winds in your area. Give us one more update on your vicinity, and then we'll check back in with you here in a few minutes.
Yeah, so I've now worked to the east here of Choteau, continuing east down Highway 412, Mike. And what I'm going to do is just get a little farther east, and then I'll turn around again. We'll get another view of this, see if we happen to see any more power flashes. But as I look back around my shoulder, I can see that lowered shelf cloud, which is the leading edge of those very strong winds, and it is right behind me. I mean, it is keeping up with us, and unfortunately, probably doing some damage as it comes east.
Try that. Thank you very much, meteorologist Michael Sager. Again, Brandon and I are working diligently behind the scenes here as we track, again, the tornado warning for Oologah towards Chelsea, and then the severe line with damaging winds heading towards Choteau. Dylan, who do we have as far as storm chasers on the line right now? All right, let's go to Mike Scanlon. Mike, if you've been traveling across the metro region, tell us about any damage that you might have seen.
Yeah, Mike, trees are down all over the place. Most of the roads that I've tried to take are impassable. And 41st Street is closed, is impassable in multiple spots. There's a tree across the road. Yep. Nope. So, and everyone's frantically trying to get where they're going, and nobody's having any luck. So 41st Street is impassable just west of Peoria, and then at Wheeling, just west of Lewis. So, and then you try to come through the neighborhood, and there's a tree down on top of a truck, tree down across the road. So it's mayhem people trying to get where they're going after the storm. And once again, I want to stress, do not go outside right now and look at your damage yet, because we still have a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning, a lot of really surprising lightning strikes happening behind the storm. I've been caught off guard, and I've had some lightning strikes scare me a lot in the last 10 minutes or so, where I was out and about taking a look. So definitely wait till the lightning passes to go out and assess your damage, and definitely don't mess with any down power lines or anything near power lines.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Mike, we got reports of power lines down on the ground at 31st and Harvard. So 31st and Harvard.
Sounds about right.
Yep, it seems like the heart of
So here's Utica. Utica is impassable here just west of 41st. So if you're going to get out and try to see things, you're not going to have much luck, and don't even try it.
Okay, so we have a tornado now confirmed southeast of Oologah, moving northeast towards Chelsea. Okay, let's go to meteorologist Emma Landeros in the Artoli Roofing storm truck. Emma, give us an update.
Well, we were traveling on 44 near 21st. We have a semi right in front of us that had tilted. In fact, we are, just to give you a general idea of what's been going on, we called 911 for them, and we have been on hold for a while. So I'm sure there's many people trying to call 911. We have been in the dark, lots of power, lots of lights are out. It is dark out here. A lot of people have their hazards on. It's been a very interesting night, but we're going to continue and keep you updated, Mike.
And Emma, I mean, was this most likely the straight line winds that moved through your area?
It absolutely was. Those winds were shaking our truck. It was making me a little nervous. There was easily 80, 90 mile per hour wind gusts. It was fast moving. It moved really fast, and then we continued to deal with those stronger winds for us. So we've been seeing a lot of a lot of people taking those precautions, but it's also just been very dark here across the Tulsa Metro. Mike.
Okay, and meteorologist Annie Brown's going to be joining us here shortly, who unfortunately had to endure the path of this intense line. I mean, this was intense, folks. This is something we haven't had to deal with in quite some time. I mean, honestly, I know we had up to 100-mile-an-hour winds in the summer of about 2003, and that was 70-mile-an-hour winds. And remember the Williams Bridge, Sky Bridge, unfortunately had damage to that. I think that was the summer of 2003. So that's the last time I remember, any significant winds, and that was during the day, moved through the metro region. This type of damage we had occur, of course, just in a small area in the Brookside and North area towards Utica Square area in the summer one time as well, about 2004, 2005. And then again, back in the early 90s, we had widespread 100-mile-an-hour winds move through. So really, that is the last time we've seen such widespread destruction due to strong winds moving through the area. So tornado warning continues. So now not only we have the damaging winds, but we also have the tornado warning that continues moving towards the Chelsea area. It's this area right here that is showing the highest potential for still a tornado to develop. And again, we're watching this very closely. Let me go back over here and zoom in for you. Again, this is the Foyle area, still showing signs of rotation right now, moving east of Awala. And give me 1 second, let me just take over this radar here real quick. Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna go back to radar and show you what you're kind of used to seeing, the reflectivity. And severe thunderstorm warnings, destructive warnings issued all the way east to Langley, Spavinaw, and Salina. Then we have the tornado warning in the Oologah area near Awala. You need to take cover immediately as this storm continues to move to the northeast. And where that area of rotation is, that continues to track to the northeast about 30 miles per hour. So Bushy Head, 108, Howard, 113, Bowling Springs, 129, Sunsweet 131, White Oak 138, and Big Cabin about 138. And then this line that continues to provide destructive winds extending down towards the Choteau area where meteorologist Michael Sager is, moving towards Locust Grove, Rose, Cedar Crest, down towards Wagner, Fort Gibson, down the Muskogee area, destructive winds. But right now, the area is showing the highest potential for destructive winds, moving to the east about 50 miles per hour. Locust Grove right now, Snake Creek 102, Lost City 104, Pegs 104, Tip at 104 as well. All right, so just a lot of, very imperative, destructive warnings going on across the area. This is a live view right now. We're starting to get some power back. I believe that's towards the western, I think that's the Tulsa Hills. So that's improvement. This is downtown Tulsa. We do have some power, and you can see some of the darker spots where we do not have power. Again, we're still not operable at 71st 169. That's when that damaging wind rolled through. And this is the Brookside area right now. And of course, there's a fence here. And unfortunately, that fence is no longer, but that's just a temporary fence. So it wasn't too sturdy in the first place. But again, with a lot of tree damage, a lot of trees down, a lot of power lines down as well. If you can avoid moving through the city of Tulsa right now, please do so, as this is a very dangerous event. All right, who do we have online with us right now? Who's on the phone with us? Okay, Mark Folta, who's been watching this from the get-go. Let's go and hear from him. Mark, I still see a lot of Tulsa still in the dark at this time. Give us an update on what you've been seeing as you've been traveling across the metro area.
Well, my shots are not up, but a lot of power lines down. Massive transmission lines are down, and alarms going off all over the city, pieces of roofing materials, buildings. It looks like Guts Church over here may have taken a pretty bad hit. It's a mess over there. Still seeing power flashes in the city, Mike. That's just going to be from lines that are actually laying down on the ground and arcing. But just a huge mess, Mike, here in Tulsa.
And it's going to take some time for cleanup to occur. The power lines are going to take some time to get that power going again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we've had to deal with this. Unfortunately, it's been a long time, and unfortunately, we're dealing with this now. But not only that, but we still have a tornado warning that continues for Chelsea back to the southwest. And Brandon, if you don't mind bringing that radar back up on that for me real quick, and we'll give you a different perspective of what we're looking at here. So again, this is right now Wade's RV Weather Camera Network. Still destructive severe thunderstorm warnings in effect from Pryor, Shoto, Wagner, moving it northeast towards the J and area. Still a tornado warning for the Chelsea area. And so again, this area right in here that we would see the potential for rotation, not as impressive. It looks like it's trying to jog a little further to the north, that area of rotation. It's as it continues to weaken. So it would be right here, just northwest of Bushy Head, but this whole area could experience some damaging winds as well. So again, tornado warning continue. Yeah, there it is right there. There's the area of rotation that we're seeing here. East 33, 35 road, 340 road. Here's Chelsea. So just southwest of Chelsea, the area of rotation tracking to the northeast. You need to take cover immediately. Meteorologist Michael Sager, our lead meteorologist in the field. Michael, give us an update on your location and kind of give us an idea of what you've been experiencing over the past 30 minutes.
Okay, I am in Locust Grove. Oh, let me get the phone up here real quick.
You're good. We can hear you.
I'm in Locust Grove, Mike, and I am letting it ride out. I'm going to ride it out right here. I'm at Locust Grove Free Will Baptist Church parking lot is where I'm at. And the winds are starting to pick up. The rain's moving in, but the wind hasn't been terribly intense just yet. I've got an anemometer here in my vehicle, and let's see if I can see what the reading is here. The highest gust I've had so far was about 36 miles per hour just on the very start of this. So we'll see what we get as it starts to pick up here.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that. So you said, what are the winds right now?
45 mile per hour wind gusts right now is what I just had. I've got an anemometer. Oh, now it's starting to pick up. Rocking the vehicle, 51 mile per hour wind gusts now. 53, 56, 62 mile per hour wind gusts. Really picking up here in Locust Grove. Calm down just a little bit. Had some really strong gusts. I did have a gust of 62 on my anemometer.
All right, so that's again Locust Grove area. Did you say?
Yeah, it's really picking up. Rocking my vehicle right now. Most of the gusts that I've been picking up here is between about 45 to 60 miles per hour on my anemometer. Actually, I'll show you the anemometer reading right there. So there we're at 30, 28. So it's a little bit lower now.
So it's
just definitely lowered a bit.
Yep. Still, when you get to 60 mile an hour winds, I mean, that's still capable of producing damage, unfortunately. So
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, a lot of trees susceptible to 60 mile an hour winds. Roofs, unfortunately, roof damage. As you continue kind of just go through the most intense part of this.
Picking up again here. Well, now just when I bring the camera up, it lowers.
And
go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
No, you're good, Michael. You're good. Again, so dangerous event still unfolding. This is in the Locust Grove area. Do you see any tree limbs flying around at all?
I'm seeing little limbs. I'm not seeing anything too big right now. And the power is still on. The church here doesn't look like it's lost power. The sign's still on. As you can see, everything's good there. Some little limbs, but nothing big right now.
Okay. Again, let's go back to dual Doppler right now. And this is, again, still tornado warning right now in the Howard area, Bushy Head. We don't want to ignore you at all. We're not. It's showing signs of re-intensification right now southwest of Chelsea. Meteorologist Brandon Woolley has been watching this as well from the Storm Center. We're going to check in with him just a second, Brandon, just so you heads up for you. But this area of rotation still continues, and this is tracking towards Chelsea, right along Highway 66. You need to take your tornado precautions. Very dangerous event. Move to the center part of the house. Stay away from outside walls or windows. Chelsea, take cover. There is a tornado on the ground just to your southwest. All right, it's just your southwest, moving right towards your town. Chelsea, take cover immediately. Brandon?
That is right, Mike. So we are really focused in on the Chelsea area right now with that strong rotation detected by Viper just to the southwest of the Chelsea area. So this is the bigger picture right now. We still have that destructive tag on the severe thunderstorm warning. That's all the way in throughout Delaware County until 1:30, Mays County, and also Cherokee until 1:30, and a little sliver of the northwestern part of Adair County. Now, Veneta is not within that destructive severe thunderstorm warning criteria, but just a regular severe thunderstorm warning now issued until 12:30. But we're really cautious here about the tornado warning in the Chelsea area. So this little notch here is what we're concerned about. So this little inflow notch here, we're starting to get some more rotation. So just to the southwest of Chelsea. So again, this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Tornado warning until 1:15. So that strong area of rotation is just to the west of Chelsea. We can even get down even further on street level. So just it looks like to the west of State Highway 66 going to the northeast. So we're going to have to wait for another scan of Doppler radar to see where this travels. It might go right in throughout the Chelsea area. It might go a little bit to the northwest. But again, we are seeing this area of rotation that's around Chelsea. And right now the shear rate has dissipated as it approaches the Chelsea area, but still some weak to at times on the strong end of the weak scale approaching Chelsea and State Highway 66. But over the past couple of minutes, it looks like we lost that tight rotational couplet. We did have this tight rotational couplet right here with the red and green next to each other, but this is the latest scan from Doppler, and it's starting to fizzle out just a little bit to the southwest of Chelsea. But again, from the National Weather Service, this is a confirmed tornado warning until 1:15, so about the next 10 minutes. Also, we are tracking the destructive winds going across green country. So for example, around Tip and Salina, we have the potential of strong, damaging, gusty winds going through there, including Sportsman's Acres. And this is just a sample from Doppler of what we could be seeing. So a little bit higher off the ground, Doppler is sampling gusts between 65 and 75 miles per hour, racing off towards the northeast. So the red means that it's going away from the radar site, which the Inola radar site is right here. So anytime we have the reds there, that is racing away from the Doppler radar site. Again, we could see those gusts in excess of 65 to 75 miles per hour, again, racing off towards the northeast. We have our storm chasers on the back side of this system. Everyone is watching this, and we continue to see this destructive severe thunderstorm warning. Again, that is just to the west of Siloam Springs. That does include Langley and Kansas, and also in throughout the Salina area off towards Pryor and Choteau. This is the scan from Chelsea, still seeing a little bit of rotation, but not so much. We're not seeing that strong rotation we saw earlier in the Chelsea area, Mike.
All right, thank you very much, meteorologist Brandon Woolley, as we track this storm. Meteorologist Andy Brown joining me now. This is just the beginning of her shift. So you're at home, you know, you're not here yet because you got to take over a little later on and stay with us through the morning hours. But kind of give us an experience on how bad this storm was as it moved through Midtown.
Right, and I got the first-hand experience, and typically a 10-minute drive from my house to the station took about 40 minutes. And that a lot of it had to do with downed trees in the area, as well as you can see right there, a lot of trees down. And we're not talking about tree limbs, we're talking about actual big trees blocking the area roadways. And you'll notice this is even causing a lot of power outages, a lot of downed trees with those power outages, a lot of live wires on the ground. If you do not have to get out in this, do not allow the any emergency vehicles to do their job.
Sure.
Allow people to get out and get this taken care of. In fact, that car, you could see the lights in the distance, slammed into that tree.
Oh, no.
As I was coming down, and this is on a main road. So it is blocking the entire road. It's hard to see. There's blinding rain with this.
Sure.
There's powerful winds. And Mike, the equivalent to this is all I can think is, we're good at, tracking tornadoes and we're good at following those tornadoes. This is basically a line of tornado forced wind coming straight at you. So there's no way around it. There's no way to avoid it. So if you are at home right now, stay there. If you are out and about later on, just take it easy because crews do need to get out and take care of some of this damage.
And being a mom to a young child, I'm sure that was a little frightening for you.
A little nerve-wracking. I know that they are at home right now without power, as well as a lot of people at this time.
Absolutely. And meteorologist Andy Brown, of course, she is going to be live later on this morning for our morning show at 8:30, right?
8 to 8:30.
8 to 8:30, right?
Yeah,
okay.
we'll be there.
All right. Thank you very much, Andy. All right. So let's go back to the tornado warning that continues just southwest of Chelsea in the Howard area. Bushy Head still. Tornado warning continues, but we've actually seen less intense rotation over the past few minutes. So that's good as the area of rotation has weakened some. Not as intense as it was earlier. So I imagine they're going to allow this tornado warning to either be canceled. When does it go until 1:15 probably?
1:15.
Yeah. So the good news is that this area of rotation has weakened, okay? So we're going to kind of give you the all clear right now in Chelsea. You're good to go as area of rotation is no longer around. Let's go back, but these things can form pretty quickly as we've learned. So we've been watching that very closely. It's this bow echo that continues just to race to the east. So now we're at 1:09 a.m. Feels like just a few minutes ago we were tracking this as it was moving in the metro region. Now continue to push east towards Jay, Colcord, Tahlequah. The potential for wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour will be possible, up to maybe even up to 80 miles per hour. Yeah, 82 mile an hour as we look at our velocity scan. So this is going to be slightly higher in the sky. It'll be interesting to see if those winds can still translate to the surface, but that's why the destructive warning has been issued for Bull Hollow, Leech, Kansas, Oaks, Chewy, and the Flint area. Be prepared for damaging winds to roll through your area here in the next 15 minutes as this continues to race to the east. Mike Scantlin's been tracking this across the metro region as well. Let's check in with him. Mike, you've seen quite a bit of damage across the metro region, right?
That's correct. I was along Riverside and 21st. Whenever this thing blew through, I was out by the Gilcrease Expressway in 412, and just, the winds were easily in excess of hurricane force winds. I had a couple of gusts that were definitely 100-ish. And also had some really weird spins there. Just like Mark said, when you get these strong winds, you get a lot of spinners within the wind. So it's just eddies. But, it doesn't take a tornado to just, blow through the city and cause mayhem like this. And right now what you're looking at is a power line on 41st Street here and about Pittsburgh leaning over 41st Street. So this is a power line that's not all the way down, but the crossbars on it have been busted off, and this is definitely a source of some of the power outages. The power outages are pretty intermittent. It looked like 41st and Peoria had power, but 51st and Peoria did not. And then as you went down 44, it was just worse and worse the further east you got. So a lot of people without power, and I don't know how many people are going to restore power this evening, but it's not looking good for the metro, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's go to meteorologist Emma Landeros in the Art Turley Roofing storm truck. I think if we get her, we'll get her in a second. She just passed blinking lights, and I've been watching her view, and there's been a lot of blinking lights. But we do have a new tornado warning now. Here's Pensacola. Here's Langley. Here's the Pensacola Dam right here. There's the Pensacola Dam. This storm capable of producing a tornado is heading right in your direction. Cleora, Ketchum, Grand Lake, Disney, take cover now. This storm is capable of producing a tornado right here near Pensacola, and this is going to move to the northeast towards Langley. Again, take cover immediately. Grand Lake Town, Dennis, Xena, and Disney, take cover immediately. This is a dangerous storm capable of producing a tornado. Seek shelter immediately. If you're up at Grand Lake right now, you do need to take cover immediately. If you are at Grand Lake, This storm capable of producing a tornado here in Pensacola is tracking to the northeast, and it's going to go. Can we go back to radar real quick? Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. So this is area of rotation right now, Pensacola. Here's Strang. Here's Langley. And again, this is going to go right over the lake. And so not only do we have a destructive wind warning, but also we have a tornado warning on top of it. So areas south of the tornado are going to see wind gusts potentially up to 80 miles per hour. The tornado warning right here, where we're seeing that area of rotation, could very well move to the northeast. And we have tornado sirens going off in the Cleora area. Appreciate Nick Wood for that live update from the Cleora area as we track the storm moving towards Grand Lake now, capable of producing a tornado. This is not the storm that kind of fizzled earlier that's about to be allowed to expire. This is a new area of rotation that's formed out on the northern flanking side of this complex of storms. So it's kind of like we have a little mesoscale convective system here that where we have the damaging winds out ahead of it, and it's this area of rotation right now that continues to move to the northeast towards Grand Lake. So it's right in here that we have the rotation. Of course, we have the green rolling towards the radar, the red rolling away, and it's this area where they meet is where we have the potential for a tornado on the ground in the String area, moving towards Langley, heading towards Grand Lake. Again, seek shelter immediately. Dangerous situation where we have a capability of producing a tornado, storm capable of producing a tornado, heading towards the Grand Lake area right now. Dangerous system. We do have a camera there, and that is going to be our part of our Wade's RV with a camera network out at the Pensacola Dam. So we actually have a camera right here. We also have another camera right over here. So we are watching this. We'll get that camera up here in just a few minutes as we watch these this storm capable of producing a tornado continue to move to the northeast towards the Langley and the Ketchum area. Now, meteorologist Emma Landeros has been traveling through the metro. Do we have her again? All right, so Emma, I've been watching your feed and it doesn't look good.
Not at all, Mike. I'm going to be honest. We, from leaving 169 near Owasso, we started seeing just Tulsa, just pitch black. A lot of areas. North side, I've noticed, is a little bit, there's a lot more power outages. As we approached 41st and South, we started seeing a little bit more, some more homes with some lights. We decided to go through neighborhoods. We've been seeing, like the tree damage you see right in front of us. A lot of folks here in these neighborhoods are going to wake up to a lot of tree damage. There is so many limbs. There's some areas where you can't even go into the street because of some large limbs that are down on each side. We've been kind of wiggling our way around these neighborhoods. We're trying to get back on 44, but we kind of wanted to give you that general idea. You saw those blinking lights earlier, but that was actually the first time we even saw some blinking lights. The past few street lights we've seen are actually just pitch black. There's no lights on them at all. So I would not recommend going out at all during this. There is essentially, like I mentioned, folks are going to wake up in the morning when there's sunlight, and there's going to be so much damage out here, Mike.
Yes, there is. And, you know, this is not good for the metro. Of course, a lot of cleanup. It's going to take place across the city of Tulsa over the coming days. We're going to have to really band together and help our neighbors. You know, you think back to the ice storm back in 2007. And, you know, we had to help each other then. We're going to have to help each other now because right where the most destructive winds went through, we saw just trees being toppled, power out, unfortunately, across the Midtown area. It's just not a good deal. Now we have the storm capable of producing a tornado heading towards Grand Lake. This storm is, again, wrapping up and traveling to the northeast. And we have, again, that line, that destructive line that continues to move from Tahlequah to the north towards the J area. But this storm, here's what's going on. If I had my little drawer, I can't right now, but we're working on that. All right, so sirens going off Grand Lake Town, Ketchum, Cleora is unfortunately seeing. So we're getting winds being pulled into this area right here, and this is area of circulation. And so this area is going to continue to track to the northeast. Then we have damaging winds on the southeast side of it. So the damaging winds are pushing to the northeast, the potential for tornado activity right now is moving into the Langley area. And if there is a tornado that forms, it is most likely going to travel right over the lake. And it's going to go right over Pensacola Dam. Here's the area of rotation southwest of Langley. Here's Disney. And if we have the satellite map, I can see the Pensacola Dam because we have our camera there too. So here's Pensacola, here's Langley, here's Disney. And again, Grand Lake Town, that's where we had the tornado sirens going off. Can we go to radar real quick, Brandon? And there's the Pensacola Dam. And so that storm capable of producing a tornado is getting really close to the dam. Do we have the camera at all? Weather 11. We'll go to weather 11 here in a second. And weather 11 is going to be the live view at the Pensacola Dam as that storm capable of producing a tornado gets very, very close to that area. And so again, storm capable of producing a tornado. There's the dam right now. Let's check in with meteorologist Brandon Woolley and get an update from him. Brandon?
Yeah, you can see as we go back to radar right now, and we're inspecting the radar scan here in the Weather Center, and this tornado warning goes until 2 o'clock in the morning, so about the next 40 minutes or so. So this does include Delaware County up through Craig and also in throughout the Mays County area. So that does include Langley, as we saw from the Pensacola Dam. It's just a few minutes away, so we're going to have to see if this continues over the next couple of minutes. But it is just knocking on Langley's doorstep right now. The shear rate is weaker near Langley, but it's a little bit higher off towards the south and east. So we're going to have to see if they maybe extend this tornado warning off towards the south a little bit, but it looks like the most amount of rotation, if there was some weak rotation, is within the tornado warning polygon right now. But that does extend all the way through Grand Lake. So that does include Bernice, Cleora, Dennis, Grove, and out towards Dodge. So right up against the border is what we're going to have to be watching through 2 o'clock in the morning, the next 40 minutes, to see what this does. Also, what we're watching is the destructive wind potential. So back to dual Doppler radar Viper 4D. Now the Weather Service is warning our friends and neighbors in throughout northwest Arkansas. So for example, out through the Rogers area, destructive severe thunderstorm warning until 2:15. So basically what they're watching is this bowing segment of the severe storm that's coming out a little bit from this line here off towards the northeast, and that has the biggest potential of the strongest winds. And so anytime we have that red, and especially in this lighter red right here, that's going to be the strongest winds with the bow segment. So if we kind of snip it here, dual Doppler radar, and take a look at what radar is estimating with the winds. Of course, this is off of the surface, but maybe anywhere between 70 and 80 miles per hour rushing with that bow segment. So again, that is the direction off towards the northeast. So Kansas is involved and up towards the J area in the next few minutes. So again, we're taking a look at radar, and this is the destructive severe thunderstorm warning until 2:15. That does include far eastern Oklahoma, and then also the tornado warning until 2 o'clock. So two different segments of the storm that we're really concerned about, from that tornado warning down to the destructive wind potential, the straight line winds that could be between about 70 and 80 miles per hour. So that's what we're seeing right now on the scan. If we take a look at our cameras around the city, we'll go to Cityplex, and of course this was rocking and rolling earlier. Our meteorologist Annie Brown was coming into work between about 12 and 12:30, and that's when it hit, and that's when we saw the power flashes here in town racing in from the west. We obviously have power on to many locations here, but there's also a lot of black areas, for example, on the right-hand side of your screen. If we look at ORU, go from ORU to downtown Tulsa, this is all part of Wade's RV Weather Camera Network. We still have lots of rain showers, the camera's bouncing up and down, but of course not as bad as it was earlier. And here in Brookside, of course, that came through between 12 and 12:30. And if you kind of follow my mouse here, this is the new construction zone of the Raising Cane's just next to our station, and all of the fencing is blown over right there on Peoria because of those powerful winds that came through, a lot of construction cones that are over as well. The power went out here along Peoria, but then some of the power came back. 71st and 169, we'll see if that camera's still down. That is still down. And our final check here in Owasso, looks like the winds have calmed down considerably here in the Owasso area. Let's go to our meteorologist in our Archerly Roofing Storm Chaser truck, Emma Landeros, with a report. Emma.
Just in the Tulsa Metro.
Well, Brandon, we are currently in a neighborhood. We've been still kind of sticking around these neighborhoods just to give those folks a heads up on what they're expecting. We're right in between Harvard and Yale. We have seen, as you can see, this huge limb that is completely blocked off this street. This is another thing to point out. A lot of these homes don't have power. So some folks do have power. These folks right here don't have any power. We are seeing essentially what we're seeing is a lot of tree limbs down, and some of them bigger than others. Like this one that is blocking the streets. So I kind of wanted to give a report, folks, just to give you a heads up of what you can expect as the sun starts to rise later.
Okay, thank you so much. Our meteorologist Emma Landeros in the field in our Archerly Roofing Storm Chaser truck. And take a look at this. This is part of Wade's RV weather camera network, and the storm is now over Grand Lake, and this is at the Pensacola Dam. So the dam is on the right-hand side of your screen. You can see all of the lights lining the roadway there. And we just got an email in from one of our content digital producers, Braden Bates, and he said the sirens are going off in Grand Lake town right now, and lightning is quick and bright. Not seeing any big winds yet, but extremely dark. So I'm sure those winds are coming to Braden's location here in the next couple of minutes, because they are sure kind of whipping around there out at the Pensacola Dam. So we'll have to see how this evolves up towards the northeast. Let's go down to radar and velocity, and we can actually track this over Grand Lake. So those are the powerful winds that are extending out along this line segment. We still have the tornado warning until 2 o'clock. We'll check our shear rate. There's definitely some rotation there, especially to the south of the lake. But certainly those powerful winds are racing off towards the northeast. And so we do have that severe thunderstorm warning with that destructive tag until 2:15. That does include far eastern Oklahoma because of the Boeing segment of this strong thunderstorm. So this is the Boeing segment here that we're most concerned about. So call cord, that's coming in the next couple of minutes. The radar is sampling these winds just off the surface, upwards of between 80 to 86 miles per hour. So we can expect those winds to be anywhere between 70 and 80 as they're racing off towards the northeast. And we're going to send things back over to Mike.
Thank you very much, Brandon, for that update. I believe we have hand tracking ready to go. Let me step out of the way. We'll try to give it a shot one more time on weather 1, Brandon. If you don't mind, Brandon, the man with the plan. I appreciate him. All right, there we go. I'm kind of lost without hand tracking, so I've got it back now. Again, storm capable of producing a tornado now, moving northeast of Langley, heading towards the Dennis area. And we'll go ahead and show you our rotation detector right now. And right now, at least the strongest area is north of Cleota, southwest of Dennis. But, you know, I'm more concerned about damaging winds. Still a little bit of inflow notch southeast of Disney. And I think that's why we're continuing that tornado warning. Let me see that. It might have some weak rotation within this. But right now, there's another little inflow notch north of Uchi, southwest of Xena, southwest of the Dennis area. And there's these little you know, spin-ups that could occur within this line as it moves to the northeast. So the large view, again, tracking from Veneta towards Jade to Tahlequah, and this is going to be out of the state over the next hour, and good riddance. We have major, of course, tree damage across the metro region that unfortunately is going to continue to take some time to clean up, to pick up from this. We're going to have power outages for maybe some couple hours, maybe for some a couple of days. though just depending on how bad the damage is in your area, in your particular area. But all is calm now. There's still rain and thunderstorm potential over the next couple hours in the metro, but as far as severe weather is concerned, that has diminished. Let's go back to meteorologist Emma Landeros, who's been tracking this in the Artillery Roofing storm truck since the beginning of this. And Emma, as you continue to drive around the metro, kind of give us an experience on what you've been seeing.
Well, Mike, my camera's a little dark there. There we go. What we've been seeing, what we decided to take a first look at the neighborhoods. We went on the highways. We saw that semi that was flipped over. As we got off the highway, we actually ran into several side roads that were flooded. They had a lot of rain on those. So that is one thing to point out. And then as we really got into the neighborhoods, especially here on 51st East, none of this area has power. All of those homes that we went into still don't have power, and you could easily tell those trees, it's probably due to those trees, big large trees, the one we showed you earlier that completely took over that street, that